Today we're installing universal roof rails and a universal metal cargo box on a Chrysler 300. This Chrysler 300. It has a panoramic sunroof, which means this project lives somewhere between practical upgrade and potentially a very expensive mistake. We've never installed roof rails before, and everything we're using came straight from Amazon. No model-specific parts. Just a lot of confidence placed in the word universal. The goal is simple: add extra cargo space without drilling holes, cracking glass, or launching a storage box into traffic at 70 miles an hour. In this video, we'll unbox the roof rails, build the cargo box, and install everything step by step, showing what works, what's questionable, and what you should probably double check if you're doing this for the first time. If you're thinking about adding roof rails or a cargo box to a sedan, especially one with a sunroof, this is what the process actually looks like. Let's see if this stays on the car. The first step is unboxing everything. Both the roof rails and the cargo box came in separate packages, and considering they're generic Amazon parts, we were fully prepared for missing hardware or something already bent. But surprisingly, everything is neatly organized. Nothing rattling around, nothing broken, nothing obviously wrong. The roof rails were about 1,100 pesos, and the cargo box came in around 3,100 pesos, both well under $250 US total. They're sold under a lot of different names online, but they all appear to be the same product, so realistically, whichever listing has the best price is probably the one to go with. Build quality is better than expected. The metal feels solid, the hardware is complete, and everything that's supposed to move moves, which at this stage is encouraging. We lay everything out, double check the parts, and take inventory before putting anything on the car. At this point, the only thing I really care about is whether all of this feels sturdy enough to trust at highway speeds. So far, there are no red flags. That doesn't mean it's going to stay on the car, but at least nothing is fighting back yet. This part was surprisingly easy. The cargo box goes together with 8 screws. That's it. No hidden steps, no mystery parts. We laid everything out on the bed in the guest room, and within a few minutes, it was already starting to look like an actual cargo box. The instructions were included, but they didn't really add much, so we mostly ignored them and just used common sense. Tool-wise, we were not exactly prepared. The box technically wanted a Phillips head screwdriver and a wrench. We had a flathead screwdriver and a pair of needle nose pliers. Not ideal, but with a little extra effort, it still worked. The roof rails were actually even simpler. 2 nuts attach the rails to the feet that sit on the roof. The rest of the hardware, the metal straps, L-brackets, the rubber covers, don't get installed yet. That all happens once the rails are actually on the car. From start to finish, the whole assembly took maybe 5 to 10 minutes. At this point, I was feeling more confident, but still very aware that the real test comes next, putting all of this on the car and hoping it stays there. By the time we brought everything outside, it was clear this part was more about patience than strength. We had good daylight, good weather, there were really no excuses. We started with the roof rails. Before tightening anything down, we measured front to back and side to side to make sure they were straight, and then we measured again, and then we measured again, and then we measured again. Not because the instructions said to, mostly because we just didn't trust ourselves to eyeball it and hope for the best. The mounting system looks simple until you actually use it. The metal straps only work one way up, and the wrong way down looks almost identical. Once oriented correctly, they hook into the door frame and ratchet in using a handle built into the rail. It's not difficult, but it does feel like you're solving a small mechanical puzzle in real time. Releasing them requires flipping a latch inside the rail, which is obvious only after you've already struggled with this once. There is a locking feature with a key, which we treated very matter-of-factly. Once it's locked, the strap isn't coming out. Once the rails were on, the cargo box was the easy part. U-bolts underneath, centered it up, tightened everything down, no drama. We tested the panoramic sunroof, and it opens fully with no issues. We shook everything way more than even necessary. No movement, no rattles. Standing back, we actually liked the way it looked. And for the first time in this process, we both felt confident that we could load something up there if we needed to and drive off without thinking about it again. At this point, there wasn't much left to do, but just look at it. A few different angles, a few different distances, The roof rail sits straight, the cargo box is centered, and nothing about it looks improvised, which frankly is the goal. From the side, it almost looks factory. From the back, it actually makes the car look a little more serious, like it's prepared to do something other than just commute. The sunroof still opens, nothing shifts, nothing rattles, and that quiet is probably the most ensuring part of the whole setup. For something built from generic parts, ordered online, and assembled with minimal and slightly incorrect tools, it ended up feeling really solid. More solid than we expected when this started. We don't have anything strapped up there just yet, but we both know we could if we needed to, and that was the entire point. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, feel free to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel, and keep an eye out for our next video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.